If you guys want to win one of these 3 prizes that I picked out, all you got to do is subscribe. I'm going to be picking the first winner tomorrow and notifying them via a video or a comment. And then probably on Tuesday, I'm going to be picking another winner. So all you got to do is subscribe and you are going to be included. Thanks for your time. On to the video. What is going on with Moto Media's negativity towards Jorge Prado? I know I'm not the only one to notice this, and it has struck me just as a total surprise. I don't get it, and I specify Moto Media because it seems like the fans overwhelmingly share the perspective that I have, and that is this. It is early days for Jorge Prado. I believe he could realistically race Supercross for 8 to 10 more years. This is the first year where he's taken it and focused completely on Supercross in the US, on a new team, on a new bike. And so if there is one thing to extrapolate, for example, from Anaheim 1, it's this. There's nothing to extrapolate. It's too early. We don't know what Jorge Prado's ceiling is in this sport, specifically Supercross, because it's just the very, very first stages of this process that he has set out, and we just don't know. It's too early. He's one of the most talented riders in the world, but this is going to be a multi-year process. And as obvious and kind of common sense as this sounds, and again, the overwhelming majority of fans, because I've talked to them, I've messaged them, I've made videos about it, they share this perspective and opinion. However, a lot of the Moto Media people do not, and I've just been shocked at, in my opinion, the weird, unwarranted negativity towards Jorge Prado. There was one notable sort of Moto Media person that before Anaheim 1 was pretty much summarizing Jorge Prado's Supercross aspirations is a joke. He didn't use those exact words, but he was routinely insulting Jorge Prado in the fact that he got lapped last year, which I found interesting and didn't remember. I looked into it, and the race that he was referring to was one of those extremely muddy races where I'm pretty sure they literally lapped into the top 10. Eli Tomac, I'm pretty sure, got lapped by Plessinger. That was the race that this individual was referring to. And remember, that was Jorge Prado's just dipping his toe in the proverbial pool, getting a taste for Supercross. He even went one step further, insinuating that even Kawasaki does not believe in Jorge Prado and what he can accomplish in Supercross, and they simply signed him for his motocross potential. A1 comes along, and I'm watching one of the popular motocross and Supercross shows, and the host on there, after a caller called in and was pretty much reiterating what I'm talking about, what many of us fans are talking about, the host just went on to insult Prado, how he looked at Anaheim 1. He was riding too defensive. I'm not suggesting that the riders should ride in a dangerous manner, but I've always chuckled at this idea of stop riding so defensively. Jorge Prado is figuring this out. One of the things he's got to figure out, it's how to ride defensively against the best riders in the world. But he went on to insult Jorge Prado, how much media he's been doing lately. Media obligations are literally contractually specified in the rider's contract. They are contractually obligated to do a certain amount of media promoting the brand, the team, and the bike. He went on to say just how bad he looked, how he hasn't managed to get a top 10 yet. He's only raced 5 races, 4 of which was on a different team getting his feet wet, and he's raced 1 race on the Kawasaki. And I literally couldn't even watch the rest of it because it's not like this is that complicated. It's not like this is a novel idea. I've mentioned before, what is it with Moto Media's tendency of being short-sighted? Hayden Deegan, in his first couple, or at least his first Supercross Futures race, didn't do very good. The media was jumping all over it that he's not ready and is he overhyped? And I know this was before I was making videos, but I was like, guys, you're over-extrapolating 1 or 2 races. Well, Hayden Deegan went on to show media people that he actually is one of the best riders in the world. Hunter Lawrence, in the earlier part of his career, was not necessarily one of the best riders. Now, he is one of the best and top riders in the 450 class. It's just, I don't get it. And especially because not only in terms of just being reasonable and having an honest assessment of it, but I also don't understand because I don't know about you, and I would imagine many of you share this opinion. I am stoked to see a 4-time MXGP title winner racing Supercross. Now, I'm not saying Jorge Prado is going to win the title. That's not the point at all. And I'm not trying to kiss his ass. That's also not the point. I'm just trying, what I try to do is to be unbiased, to be measured, and to give a fair, honest take. And I believe a lot of the criticisms from the media, not the fans, are just so incredibly short-sighted and are just honestly leaves me baffled because, again, this is pretty common sense. And I brought this up with Austin Forkner. A lot of the Moto people were being equally short-sighted with Austin Forkner. It is going to be a multi-year process for Forkner, and it's so common for people to focus on one race. What did you do last race? If you were good, you're the best ever. If you were off, you suck, you're never coming back. And it is just, when Eli Tomac injured his Achilles, I remember the overwhelming majority of the media people were saying he's not coming back, it's not happening. Well, guess what? They underestimated the level of stud that Eli Tomac is, and he did come back. So I want to hear what you guys think. I would imagine many of you listening have noticed this, and what's to explain it? It's strange. It leaves me confused and honestly just frustrated because I'm stoked that Jorge Prado's here. I think it adds to the sport. He's a great personality, and I want to see him succeed. So I want to hear what you guys think. Do you find it equally surprising? Am I maybe wrong? Is there negativity fair? So leave a comment. I love hearing what you guys have to say. Hope you enjoyed the video.